I'm every woman. It's all in me. Anything you want done, baby, I do it naturally. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Guys, I'm so stoked. It's been a minute, it's been a while, but I have a great guest on the show today. I found him on TikTok. He is a model, YouTuber, and now, like I said, officially a TikToker. His name's Marco. Marco, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Marco, I found you on TikTok one night. I was just laying in bed, and these TikTok live recommendations come through, and I got on your TikTok live, and I just could not stop watching it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Marco DC. I have a viral video. My video on TikTok went viral. 3.4 million views on it. Melina takes full price, she takes full price. I look so good, I'm so happy, darling. Look how pretty I look. I'm too sexy for my dress, too sexy for my dress, too sexy it hurts.
Your character, and I'm not talking about the characters you play, and we'll get into that, but like your character in general just really drew me in, and I just have to say you're an amazing guy. And tell me, how did you start doing these TikToks?
Right. So I had been doing YouTube for about 2 years, 2.5 years, and I had done, and people kept saying, go on TikTok, right? Go on TikTok because my YouTube was so well. I had done a lot of really cool videos on YouTube, like amazing videos. I sing, dance, and do comedy and act as a guy and Melina, so a guy and a girl. And somebody was like, just do TikTok. And then I got major following on there. So people commented lots. People said so much to me on TikTok. And I got a quick following right away. And people really resonated with my TikTok characters. And so now I send them all to YouTube, even though I started on YouTube. But I send them all my followers onto YouTube because I have so much of a following on TikTok comparatively.
Let's take a minute here to talk about the characters you do on TikTok. You do Melina, you do Marco. Tell me about the characters.
Okay, so Marco is me as a guy. I look like a supermodel. I'm a 10 out of 10 as a guy. As a girl, I'm Melina. I'm gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. My makeup is very creative. I have an artistry kind of background. So I'm an artist. Normally, I paint, I do pencil crayons, markers, all that. So I'm really good at art. So when I do makeup on my face, I'm really good. So I do Marco and Melina. I do different characters for each. So I do like Southern accent ones, creepy voice ones, funny ones, skits. I do singing and dancing. I do all kinds of stuff as both, and I get really into it, like really into it. And I'm really creative. I do 100 videos each time I perform as well. So I do so many videos
Whoa. 100 videos a day? That's insane.
in one sitting. Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive.
Like they're 15-second videos, but I do 100 at a time every time I perform.
That's incredible. Marco, out of all your characters, which one is your favorite and why?
So I think my favorite character is Marco, obviously, because I'm a guy, and that's who I identify as. But my Melina character is my favorite character in a sense because I like watching girl videos. I watch Madonna, I watch Katy Perry, I watch Christina Aguilera. So I love those girls. And so when I watch videos, I always watch Melina videos, but I identify as the guy character. I'm always Marco in my personal life. But when I'm watching videos, I always watch the Melina videos. And I really like the ones where my makeup is spot on. I'm super skinny and fit and look really good. I like those videos.
Well, you look great, and I can just tell when you're doing these lives and you're doing these videos, you're just having a blast. You don't give a care in the world. One thing I noticed though, when you're doing Melina, like it has like this drag, you know, feel to it. Like I'm interested. Do you do drag shows at all?
I haven't done a drag show ever, believe it or not. I'm so good at drag. I could totally be on RuPaul's Drag Race, but I've never done a single drag performance ever in my life. I performed once as Marco one time as a Hispanic dancer with a girl partner, and that was really cool. I was gorgeous. I was like 27. I was like super fit. And so I did a really good job there, but never performed as Melina. I only do Melina for YouTube and TikTok. And if I perform live, I would do Melina too. Yeah.
I've noticed you have a lot of beautiful wigs and outfits. Like, where do you get these things at?
So I never say, I know it's like you're like a cool interviewer, you've interviewed celebrities. I don't say to anyone where I get my dresses from, where I get my wigs from. It's top secret, right? But they're gorgeous. And I go all over the place. I don't just go one place.
So is TikTok and YouTube how you make your money? Is that your way of living?
Believe it or not, I only make an income on TikTok with my lives because YouTube on TikTok to have the creator fund, we don't have it in Canada. So we need to have it in Canada. But so sign the petition if you can. But we need the creator fund in Canada, but on change.org. But yeah, get everyone to sign the change.org petition so that we can get it in Canada. But there's no creator fund. So I only get income from lives and I don't have enough of a watch time on my YouTube channel yet, but I have enough subscribers. So once I get the watch time, I'll be getting paid on YouTube.
That is so cool. So do you have also like a daytime, like a regular daytime job too?
Yes, I'm a car salesman. Yeah.
No way. That's awesome.
Yeah, I love it. I'm really good at selling cars. I'm like one of the top performers there.
That's great, man. That's awesome. And I can imagine you being an amazing car salesman. But one thing I want to talk about, I noticed when I was, jumping in on your live, you had invited a couple of girls because you can do that on TikTok. Like once you have enough followers, you can go live. I can't go live yet. I'm trying to work on getting 1,000 followers. So guys out there, like help me, follow me right now on TikTok. But I noticed these two girls. You allowed them to come into your live, and I noticed right away that they were trolling you, and it really pissed me off. And you were so like great about it. You were so kind. You weren't like feeding into the trolling and everything, and you just kind of let them do their thing. And like, how does that make you feel when someone comes in there and just tries to troll you?
Like people, I'm very, very good looking, as we all can see. And so I've dealt with that very much in my life. Like people were very, even when I wasn't on YouTube and TikTok, people were very jealous of me. And I did nothing. I was always so nice. I was always so friendly, but people get very jealous because I look so good, right? So people have played games with me all my life, right? So whenever I get a game like that, where trolling or whatever, I just feel bad for the person and I try to work with it, right? Like somebody was trolling me the other night and I was trying to work with it. Like if someone starts trolling me on my channel on TikTok and saying, "Oh, you're disgusting, you're gross, whatever," I'll incorporate that in my video. So I'll be like, one of my videos I did on Melina Skit, and I'm like, my hair is floppy, my dress is disgusting. And that's what somebody was saying to me. And then I'm like, and then Mark was like, no, they're lying, they're trolls or whatever, right? You incorporate these things into your video. And most of my videos are positive like crazy, but that was a funny one because I turned it around. So I'm very much I usually turn it around. I know that there are trolls out there, but they're always less successful than I am. And I'm so gorgeous. I'm gonna be like one of the big YouTubers in the world, TikTokers in the world. So I know I'm gonna get really negative people, and that doesn't bother me. I try to work with it as best as I can.
I can tell you as a YouTuber, I mean, I've been doing this for well over a decade now. And when I first went viral, man, going back to MySpace, that's when I went viral, was on MySpace. But then I moved over to YouTube and had a lot of viral hits there too. But like, I got a lot of hate. I got a lot of trolls. And, it hurt. It hurt for a minute. I was like, everything they said, I really took to heart. But then over time, I developed like this thick skin and it got a lot easier. And just watching you and your character, like I could just tell, like you're confident in what you do. You didn't let it affect you, and I just think that's so awesome. And you didn't let the haters win there, and you didn't let the trolls win. So I just got to give you mad props there.
It was really funny actually. So there was one thing that they were saying about celebrities where in the beginning they're friendly, positive, all that, right? And then years go by and then they're all like angry, whatever, right? So the big stars are not like that, right? The big stars, the ones that are positive, that know what they're worth, they're not like that. But it makes people turn negative. So they get an interview and then they're like snarky, right? I'm never going to be like that. I'm always going to be positive. I'm always going to be friendly. I'm going to be friendly to the haters and everybody because that's just how I am.
That's amazing. You know, one thing I remember you mentioning in your live feed was like your dad was like a famous performer, like played an accordion or something like that. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So my dad's name is Tommaso, Tommaso DiCurzio, Dicurzio. He played the accordion in two videos. He was 78 years old in one and 84 in another. And he was like really, he was played in stadiums. He was really popular, super famous. He was famous, but he wasn't paid his worth. And so I grew up having a famous dad. Like he was performing very big venues. When he was 83 years old, he performed in a mall, like by himself, performing in a mall, 83 years old. He was really big because he was so gorgeous, right? And I have videos of myself showing my dad in my videos. In some of my videos, you search Marco DC dad 30 years, and you'll see a video with my dad when he was 60, and he's like, oh my, like he's so good looking. So I grew up with having a dad that was famous but not rich. So I learned to adapt in a world where I wasn't rich, but knowing that I had a dad that achieved fame really helped me out because it was like we weren't rich, so we weren't spoiled. So we had to live in conditions where we were really poor. We had like food hampers and stuff like that. So I knew what it was like to be poor, but I also knew what it was like to have everyone. My dad had lots of haters too, right? So people would just always hate on him and say negative things. So I grew up seeing that fame, but also being poor. But because I'm on YouTube and TikTok, I'm not going to be poor, and I'm going to reach levels of fame that are huge. I believe. I'm pretty sure of it. So I'm very up and coming. So I mean, seeing that really helped me out, and being poor really helped me out too, because then I wasn't spoiled as a child.
I agree. And you know, I was actually brought up, you know, in the same way. Like, you know, my parents weren't super wealthy, but they both worked hard. They made sure we had everything we needed. And I also had a really great childhood. And again, going back to like just what I saw in you and your character, like it just shines. And I'm really proud of you. And yeah, I just think just keep going because the less you care and the just, you know, the more you put out there and just keep doing your thing, like that right there, consistency, consistency, consistency is the formula to success.
I'm gonna do Molina videos till I'm 90 or 100 or 110 or 120, and I'm gonna do Marco videos. And I don't care what anyone says. I get people saying Molina's gross. I get people saying, "Why dress up as a girl? You're a good-looking guy," you know. And I'm like, well, I do it for entertainment, and I'm supportive of the trans and all those people, right? So I don't judge. I want people to feel good no matter who they are. I want people to feel good in their skin, and I want to give that message where it's like if people say negative, and people say negative things with everybody, right? Like if you're a YouTuber or TikTok, you get negative things being said to you. You don't do Melina videos, you don't do that, but they pick something that's going to bother you or maybe attack you. And so everyone has that. So I just say, whatever, just do what you want to do, right?
That's a good point. You know, at one time I used to be one of the most confident guy I knew. And and I think that's important to not get that confused with arrogant or cocky. I was not those things. I just was confident in the sense that like I knew who I was. You know, I didn't care how I dressed and what people thought about me. Um, I didn't care about the kind of things I did as hobbies like filmmaking, and I used to get made fun of that for a long time. People like, "What are you doing with your time? Like you're making funny videos." I'm like, "Yeah, I am." And watch me. One day I'm gonna make a living at it, and I'm doing it now. Okay, so, but you know, I used to be so confident, and over the past couple years, I'm not gonna go into details. I've had a lot of that confidence stripped from me on the inside. Just yeah. Anyway, not going to go into that, but I guess I just want to ask you, like, what do you think? Like, how do I get that confidence back? Like, I didn't used to be like that, and now, you know, over the past couple of years of just some trauma I've been through, I'm not as confident. I'm kind of frightened in a strange way to come back out and just truly be myself like I used to, and I don't know if it's because I just feel there's these eagle eyes on me all the time, and I know it's irrational. I don't know. And I don't want to go into the details of what I went through the past couple of years, but it did. It stripped me on the inside, and it's like I'm just kind of finding myself again. So what is your advice for someone like me who has lost that confidence and is trying to find it again?
My advice for you is just go ahead and do what you do. Make lots of content, even if you like. Sometimes, okay, when I was just starting out, I was making content and I was nervous. And I was like, I made the content anyway. Just make the content anyway, post it anyway, as much as you can, whatever you're feeling, no matter how you're feeling. Because when you see the content, you're like, that's me, that's my confidence. It shows right through. Like I was like, so I had done some auditions for America's Got Talent and different things, and I was so nervous. And then I'm like, why am I nervous? I'm making YouTube and TikTok, which I'm never nervous, right? And then I still posted like 100 videos a day. And then I'm like, well, I don't look any different when I'm nervous or when I'm not confident or when I'm confident or whatever. So really just go with just putting the content out, making the content, putting it out right away, no draft. Just put out everything. Don't feel like anything's bad or you can't post it. Don't feel like it sucks and you can't use it. Just post it anyway. There are videos that I post, I'm like, oh, it's not gonna work. It's my worst video, and it's the one that catches the most subscribers. So post everything, post lots. Don't think about it. You might go through emotions during the time you're posting. Ignore those. Not ignore them. You're gonna have to tend to them, but make the content anyway.
That's really good advice. One thing I'm always concerned about is, I'm kind of known in this area. I do a lot of video work in the area, and so like I'm always scared like that I'm gonna just upset like a potential client with a podcast like this or just making a funny comedy video. And what I've learned is that like for the most part people don't care. But anyway, that's just really good advice, and yeah, I appreciate that, man.
Just make your content, like just post it. Just post it. Even if you're like terrified, just getting that content out there and just focus on getting it out there. Don't even think about like just do the content. Like you have goals, right? If you're able to collaborate, collaborate. If you're not able to collaborate, make content anyway by yourself. If you feel like your ideas are stale, post them anyway, because you know what? You have it. You have the talent. Been able to get the subscribers. You are good. You've had experience. Right? So trust that you got it, and that's all that matters. You have the ability. You're able to get 74,000 subscribers, so you have the ability. So ignore everything else around you when making the content, and just do the content.
Do you have one of your wigs nearby that we can see you put on
You want me to put it on?
if you want to?
Okay, yeah, I like that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'll put it on. Yeah. Like, all right, let's put it on. I definitely love when I do the makeup look. Okay, there. Let's see.
I love it.
I love Melina's videos. I really get into watching Melina because, like I said, I like watching those girls perform, the main girls. So I really like Madonna. I like Lady Gaga. I like all those girls, right? So I really like watching my Melina videos. And like I'll watch like if I don't watch videos in one day, I watch them that the next day. I watch every day usually, but I like to study them to get better. But if I don't watch a video, like with my videos in one day, I see them the next day. I'm like, oh my God, I'm like really gorgeous as Melina. Like I have long, beautiful legs. I've got like the perfect short dress. I've got like the perfect wig.
I absolutely love it. You can take it off if you want to, but one thing I notice sometimes when you do your lives is like you'll have some like lipstick left over on your lips. Like, do you do that on purpose or?
No, I like to be the most masculine as Marco and the most feminine as Melina. So I don't like any makeup on Marco. I just end up having stains from like the lipstick. But yeah, I don't do it on purpose. But like that's the thing, right? Like some hater was like, "Oh, you got spaghetti stains on your lips." So I did a video and I did a video and I'm like, "Oh, Marco, you got spaghetti stains on your lips. You eat all the spaghetti." Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you learn from all those things, right? So if you get hater comments, which everybody does, you said you do, use them to make your videos better. Sometimes getting all these praises is good. I love getting praise for sure, and I really enjoy that. But when you get the hater comments, sometimes they give you good ideas, right?
Mm. I remember one time I made this parody video on YouTube and it got a ton of views. And I was making a parody of the band Pentatonics. I don't know if you're familiar with Pentatonics. They're an a cappella group. And after I made the parody, I got a ton of hate comments. And what I did is I made another video taking the hate comments and I sang lyrics to the hate comments. And I got a ton of views on that too. And then I monetized it. And so it was like, oh my gosh, like I can actually monetize my haters and make more money off that. So it was, I don't know, it was kind of fascinating.
No, and the fun thing about it is you use these comments to get a lot of subscribers, right? So it's like total irony, but it's really fun. I love that. It's really fun, yeah.
You're right. It is irony because you are monetizing off your haters, and that is awesome.
That's what I love the most. Yeah.
Marco, tell us where we can find you at on social media, TikTok, YouTube, all the social medias.
So my Instagram is MAURIZIO.DICURZIO. So type it. You can always ask me. You can type it for me. Mauricio.DiCurzio. That's my Instagram. I haven't posted there in a long time, but it's really good to see about artwork that I've made. I've got Melina and Marco videos. I've got pictures, old pics. Some pictures are really old, and I was actually 200 pounds before, and I have a picture, like some pictures of me at 200 pounds. Then my YouTube is Marco DC, which is awesome. I've got 50,000 videos on YouTube, tons of videos. MARCODC. My TikTok is Marco DC Molina. MARCODC, like Marco DC, but with Molina added. MILENA. Yeah, those are my platforms. And I really like and I have about 25,000 videos on TikTok.
Wow, that's awesome, brother. And congratulations on the weight loss. You look amazing.
I love it. Yeah.
Marco, I just want to say thank you so much for being a guest on the Chris Canote Show today. I have loved watching you on TikTok, watching your lives. I'm going to continue to do that. I'm going to ask everyone who's watching right now on the YouTube channel, guys, go to TikTok right now. Link below here. Watch Marco. Watch Melina. I'm telling you, you guys will not regret it. This guy is amazing. So thank you again so much, Marco, for being a guest on the Chris Canote Show.
Okay, thank you. And keep posting as much as you can. Yeah.
Before we leave, is there anything you want to add?
Yeah, so my channel. Oh yeah, my channel is 4.5 years old on YouTube and 2.5 years old on TikTok. That's when I added the bulk of my videos. I had some videos prior to that on both platforms, but I had put like one video in like 2 months or 3 months. So yeah, and then I have oh yeah, and also I plan to get really creative and really like awesome wigs and awesome clothes. Like, you can already tell I've got so many looks more than everybody else. But I'm gonna get really creative. Like my mind is very creative all the time. So I'm gonna do really amazing videos once I get really high levels of fame. Yeah, that's all I want to add.
That's incredible. Marco, thanks again so much for being a guest on the show.